Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Thursday edition of the Karatbars National Conference Call and Webinar. We're going to go ahead on and get started because we do like to start on time. We see that it's straight up 8 o'clock Central Time, and of course, it's probably a different time in your time zone. And since we have people here from all over the world, we know that the time just varies everywhere. So I want you to know that we appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedules on this evening to be a part of this call and this webinar. And I just want to assure you that you are in for a treat, especially if this is your first time. And we want to say right on the end that I'm Pastor Di from Tennessee, and our presenter will be also from Tennessee. And matter of fact, she is the #1 person in the world, in this country, in this company. So you're in for a great treat tonight, and just looking forward to hearing our guest speak tonight. And again, ladies and gentlemen, we just want to take a moment to say thanks to each and every one of you for taking time out of your schedules. We want to say get your pad and your pencil out, and we want to encourage you to not allow anything, including phone calls, to distract you from this call that you're on tonight in this webinar. Because if you do, if you missed a minute of it, you're going to miss a great tie-in to the next thing that will be said. So we always like to encourage people to not allow yourself to be distracted by phone calls or by anyone that's in the room with you or what have you. But now just be, very attentive. You're going to hear some very, very powerful information tonight. Matter of fact, this is the 12-week strategy plan that you will be hearing, and it means and it does just what it says. It's 12 weeks to financial freedom. And the mission statement, I'll go ahead on and get that right now. You may hear it again. But the mission statement is simply this: implementing the correct way to move money to create financial and economic freedom in 12 weeks. Now, that is the actual mission statement, but I want to add the rest of it, what I usually do, the question part of it. And we simply just ask a question that goes something like this. And you may even want to use it in getting people to these calls and webinars. The question is simply this: would you or do you know anyone? Let me repeat that. Would you or do you know anyone? And of course, this is what I'm saying to the person that I'm talking to, right? I'm asking them this question: would you or do you know anyone to be interested in knowing about or being a part of a revolutionary pay plan? Implementing, and this is the key phrase, implementing the correct way to move money to acquire economic freedom in 12 weeks. So, ladies and gentlemen, if it's implying a correct way to move money, you've got to know that there is a incorrect way. And the thing about it is, most of us, 100%, have bought into the incorrect way that is tied into this system. But you're going to hear the correct way tonight of how rich and wealthy people have accumulated and become rich and wealthy, and how they maintain the riches and wealth. I'm going to hear that tonight from my special guest. So again, I want you, with that said, I want you to be very attentive, very, just listening with all ears tonight, and just get ready for a life-changing set of information and examples and parables and you name it. And I can assure you, you won't ever same after tonight. Every time you hear about finances, you're going to think about this call. So with that said, I'm going to get out of the way. I'll probably come back near the end. But right now, I'm going to turn our very dynamic special guest speaker tonight, none other than Ms. Shirley Ann Gober, out of the Nashville, Tennessee area. Shirley Ann, come and share with us and enlighten us tonight.
Well, thank you, Pastor Di. We've got a full house here on the webcast. and I was on the line, the conference lines early, kept hearing all of those dings. So I think we've got a full house all over the place. But I want to welcome everybody tonight to the webcast. And I know, we really appreciate you taking your valuable time and being here tonight. And I want to share with you tonight a special program that we're doing with Karatbars right now that has really struck a chord all across the world. We are seeing momentum at unprecedented rates. But I'd like to thank each of you that are listening tonight, that's already involved with Karatbars. You know what I'm talking about. We are on a mission to share what Karatbars has to the world. But tonight, the first slide that I've got up here on the screen, and I'll go over this again at the end, but if you've got a pencil and piece of paper right now, I want you to write this number down. The number is 218-844-3182. The code, it'll ask for a PIN code. It's 30108646. Now, that is a sizzle call that our friend and partner, Joe Norman, from Wooster, Ohio, put together for our entire team. It is a fantastic sizzle call. If you've got somebody that you think that may be interested in Karatbars, and trust me, they all are, just simply play that sizzle call to them. And if they like what they hear, get them to this webcast. We're doing these twice a day, and we want you to bring and let everybody hear what we're doing at Karatbars today. A little bit of homework. I want to put out a disclaimer there that the income projections that I'm showing this evening are based in U.S. dollars. As everybody that knows that's involved with Karatbars, we do work with a German company. They do deal with euros, but we have converted those euros to dollars to help the majority of the people understand here in North America what it's equivalent to. The action plan that we use tonight that I'm going to show you uses mathematical examples that are dependent upon following the plan as described. The incomes are not guaranteed due to the fact that I can't guarantee your efforts or the effort of your team. The system works. If you can follow this system and teach your referrals the same thing, you're going to be in for a treat tonight. So the results may vary based on your activity and the activity of your team. But gang, this is so simple. There'll be many of you in the room that will share that this may be one of the easiest programs they've ever seen in the industry. And I tell you what, I talked to several people today, and it's like it's a no-brainer. It really is. So with that being said, the homework out of the way, I'd like to introduce you to Karatbars International. Karatbars International was founded by Mr. Harold Seitz. He is the founder and CEO. Our world headquarters is located in Stuttgart, Germany. Harold Seitz has been in the financial arena for about 17 years. And back in 2007, 2008, as they were watching the economies around the world and the stock markets literally blow up right before our eyes, he got to thinking he had so many customers in that financial services industry. And, in Germany, they've went through 3 currency collapses in the last 100 years. So if you live in Germany, you full well understand what happens in a situation where you lose your currency after it's been devalued down to zero. They're currently on their 4th currency right now, which is the euro. Well, Harold Seitz, because he had seen this happen in his family, his grandparents and everything, and he wanted a way to protect his clients. And so he started looking into the gold arena because they understood that in times past when those currencies had collapsed, that gold always kept its value, and it was the perfect asset to have in times of duress. So he wanted to start a program that helped everybody worldwide, no matter what walk of life you come from, have an easy, smooth, affordable way for you to purchase or exchange your dollars into gold money. And since that time, I've been around for a while. I've came to know this man very well. He's a very close friend of mine. He's got class and integrity like, I've been in business for over 30 years here in the United States and built some pretty large organizations and been in corporate America. And I tell you what, he has impressed me so much that I could not, help but get behind him and his vision. I've seen from talk to the conception to the birth to now we live in its glory and what Karatbars has become in the last 4 years. What Harold wanted to do was, like I said, work with small, affordable weights. It's something that most refineries and brokerages never did. They work with that top echelon of people, that 5% of the world that can actually deal in gold. Now, we go through life here in America, and what I found out is most people, they understood gold was money, but if you ask them how to go get gold and how to buy gold or how to exchange their dollars and into gold, to set up a savings account with gold, they didn't know where to begin. Well, Mr. Seitz basically put this whole program together for the masses because especially in America in the last 5 years especially, we're watching the middle class get thinner and thinner. It's either the very wealthy or the rest of us may be going down into that lower income because prices are rising daily. It's harder to get by. It takes more dollars now to buy the same products it did in 2000. So he saw that and he wanted to give you an avenue where you can protect your earnings and your dollar to where you can exchange it into gold, and gold is inflation proof. You never have to worry about inflation with gold. It's literally inflation proof. The value of gold never changes. It hasn't for 6,000 years. We see the price change on it, but never the value. The price pretty much reflects the value of our dollar or currencies. And as they go down, the price of gold goes up. So, but as far as value, if I had an ounce of gold 1,000 years ago, 100 years ago, or 10 years ago, it's buying me the same amount of goods, products, and services no matter what century I try to buy it in or use it in. Unfortunately, if I had, an ounce of gold in 1935, let's say, gold was, well, let's just say 1971. Gold was $34.67 an ounce in 1971. Gas was running about 36 cents a gallon. So that gold was equivalent at that time to about 100 gallons of gas. Well, today we're inching up on $1,400 an ounce. Gold what? Today, that gold is equivalent, using $3.50 as an average, you're between 450 to 500 gallons of gas that ounce of gold is worth today. So, if you had that $34 from 1971, it's not going to get you very far today. If you stuck it in a bank somewhere or under your mat, you've lost your buying power. You cannot buy the same things with that $34 that you did in 1971, but with gold you can. And that's the heart of this program, is giving you an opportunity to protect yourself and do that with gold and make it affordable for the masses. Now tonight, we're going to share with you a new 12-week strategy within our company. Now, the program's been there, we've been in the United States since April of 2010. We've been actively operating, but come last September, Harold came up with, we had 6 pay income streams. He came up with a 7th one. Well, it has taken form. We've showed it to people. We knew what was happening, and thank goodness for Pastor Di and Beth, that they were able to put it in a visual format where you can see the numbers and understand how the system works. So tonight I'm going to share with you basically the secrets of the wealthy. And with this 12-week plan, we're going to show you how it accelerates your earning power. It's going to create weekly incomes very fast in as little as 12 weeks. I'm going to show you some pretty impressive numbers. And we're also going to show you how you can get your gold for free. So with that being said, I want to start tonight talking about this 12-week plan to financial freedom and independence. You know, basically, if you can commit to save, notice I did not say spend. I said save because gold is money. So if you can commit to taking, and I'm going to say 1 gram a week, which is going to run around $65 right now. I didn't check the price today, but it varies daily because we go by the London Fix, you know, post our price every morning, and that's what you see on our website. And that it changes a little bit due to the market, but it runs about $65 a gram. Well, if you'll take that $65 in paper money and turn it into gold money and stick it in your little golden piggy bank, if you can do that, then I'm going to show you a way that you can start and share that with others. I'm going to show you a way that you can earn anywhere from $15,000 to $136,000 a month in as little as 12 weeks. Now, I think just using that situation in 1971, you know, that's not that long ago. That $34, had we had the foresight then to buy that gold at $34 an ounce, would you have done it? I know I would have, had I understood how the value of gold, you know, lasts forever. It never changes. Had I understood these basic principles, 1971, you know, I'd be sitting pretty, and you would be too. Unfortunately, that dollars that we're telling you that you need to convert from your paper pocket to your gold pocket, in 10 years or 20 years, do you think that you're going to be able to buy the same products and services with your dollars here in the United States? Anywhere in the country, as a matter of fact. But anyway, what we're focused on here tonight is a 3-month burst of energy and effort that can literally change your financial life. What we want to talk about, this is our mission statement. It's a revolutionary pay plan mission, and it's about teaching you to pull money towards you, not away from you. So you're going to be attracting money once you see the secrets of the wealthy that I'm about to share with you. Tonight we want to talk about implementing the correct way to move money and acquire economic freedom in 12 weeks. And like that picture shows you, there's a guy with a magnet, and it keeps, like, all these dollars and this money keeps coming at him, but he's learned the secrets of the wealthy, and he's applied that in his life, and now he attracts money, and the money is moving toward him instead of away from him. What this whole program is based on, the first principle is movement of money. You know, every week we go to the job and we get paid, you know, and when we get paid and we trade our labor or our sweat, you know, depending on what kind of job many of you do each and every day, but at the end of the week, you know, you're going to get your paycheck. Some of it's automatically deposited, and some of it you still get the paychecks. But what's happening at that point is money is moving. It's leaving your employer's checking account, and now it's going into your checking account. Well, when it hits your checking account, we know what happens. We've got to pay that mortgage. We've got to pay the rent. We've got to pay the car note. We've got to go, you know, the cell phone, the cable bill. We've got all those little things that we've got to pay. So what are we doing at that point? We're moving money, but we're moving it away from us. And then when you go to the grocery store or you invest, you're moving money constantly. Constantly. It's a rapid start. It's the reason we all head back to work on Monday morning, you know, because it takes that money, and that money needs to move. And the movement of money is called a currency. And if you look at the root word of that, current, love the way Miles Smith explains this, a current is a flow. You know, that's what it means, whether it's an electricity, if you've got a current of electricity running, it's a flow of electricity through your house. The same thing if you had a stream or whatever. As long as that money's flowing and that movement of money, then, you know, and you see the movement of money. Now, there's one big secret to that movement of money. We all know it moves around us every day when we get paid or when we spend it or go to the ATM or, whatever we do. We know that money is constantly moving. Let's look at the stock exchange. Perfect example when we talk about the economy here. When we all visualize this picture in our head, in the stock market, you've got your brokers there and they're yelling and papers going everywhere. And, when that stock market goes up, gang, that's when the rich people get richer. They make more money. Now, when it goes down, we never want to see that. Even if you don't understand all the ins and outs of the stock market and trades and everything, we all know that if it's quiet there, something's going on, and it's probably not a good thing. I remember being in my early teens and 20s and watching that, and, and people were panicking, when there was quietness on the stock market floor. But what happens during that time, when it gets quiet, the movement of money has slowed to a halt. And that's when poor people lose jobs. That's when middle class people lose jobs and lose their security. And so, when we talk about that movement of money, the key secret with the wealthy is about the velocity, or how fast that money moves in a system. When it's moving fast, everybody's making money. The rich get richer. Middle class, we survive. Even those that struggle in the lower classes and everything, it's not as difficult for them, because when money's moving, there's more money being given to charities and different avenues to help those people when they're down on their luck. But when money is stagnant, people start holding it to them. And you think of today, where do people with money put their money? Because if you've got money, the key secrets there is your money needs to be making money. You use money to make money. And that is the number one rule of the elite and they understand that it takes money to make money. Well, regardless of what walk of life you come from, whether it, which class or whatever, the economy that matters the most in this world is the economy in your home. So what we're going to share with you tonight, like I said earlier, are the secrets to the wealth. First thing is you want to get into the movement of money. You don't want to get into the movement of money when it's just sitting there or it's stagnant. You want to get into the movement of money where it's moving fast, because that's where, the rich get richer, right? The second principle I want to talk to you about tonight, that the wealthy understand very well, is about positioning themselves to get into the way of that movement of money. Now, here's a picture on your screen, and it shows a hospital staff. And you've got your doctors, you've got your nurses, you've got your orderlies, you've got your administrative staff, and, there's probably an anesthesiologist there. You can put titles on them. The funny thing about that is they all work at the hospital. They all put in a full week. But when it comes to payday Friday, there's some of them that's just getting, and the others are building wealth. And I'm going to go back to this picture here again. The difference is they invested in themselves. They did it through education. Ones that spent the long hours in all those medical schools, all those books, they're looking, some of them are looking at 8 to 12 years of education there, and some high dollar student loans that's going to be attached to them before they ever get that certificate to let them go to work. But what they understood is they needed to position themselves in life, so that money would come toward them. That they just didn't want to get by, and they knew if they sacrificed today, they knew that the end result, they would be in a good position to be able to handle what may, and be able to save money and look forward to their retirement and not have issues with kids going to college and all those bills. Or I know we're all putting kids in school right now, and I think we all know if you've got kids or grandkids, that can get pretty expensive for sure. But the principle there, like I said, is the movement of money, the velocity, the speed of that movement of money, and positioning yourself. Because Payday Friday, gang, it's up to you. It really is. Are you willing to invest in yourself to make sure that you get those anesthesiologist incomes? And it's really not that hard as long as you know the secrets. Well, let's look at some. This is the last secret that I'm going to show you. And we've all heard this, but I don't know if we've ever applied it to income. But, you know, there was a story of an older man that had two sons. One son, he handed him $1 million. The other son, he handed him a penny. And, you know, I'm sure the son that got the penny was like, gee, thanks, Dad. You know, but he said, son, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this penny, but I'm going to double it every day for 31 days. Well, you know, the son kind of scratched his head because it just really didn't fair. And the son that got the $1 million, he's like jumping up and down. You know, Dad loves me best. You know, I got the $1 million. So he's off to his own world. He's out there spending that money, and he's buying houses, and he's buying cars. And the son's sitting there going, okay, I trust my dad. I love my dad. I know he wouldn't do anything to hurt me. So I'm going to stick with this. Well, let me show you what happens when you double a penny every day for 31 days. Look at this chart here. Day one, of course, we all know we got a penny. Day two, he had 2 cents, and you know, day three, he had 4. And you know, it's really not very impressive. He goes 15 days, and he's got a whopping $163.84. So, you know, brother over there has got his $1 million, but this son is sitting there going, yeah, but I still trust my dad. So I'm just going to wait this out because I've still got a half a month to go. So let's move up 5 more days. 5 more days, that penny is grown to $5,242.88. And he's sitting there, you know, my dad knows something that I don't know. There's a lesson in this, I'm sure. You know, so now that he's really interested, because there's only 11 days to the end of the month. Let's go up to 5 days later. That penny's now grown to $167,722.16. Well, you know, great. Now something's definitely happening right now because this son is starting to catch on. Well, 3 days later, just 3 days later, that penny has now doubled to $1,342,177. You know, what a great lesson for this dad to teach his son about exponential growth. You know, it's a valuable lesson as you go through life because for the term perseverance, you know, sometimes when we start something, if it's an exercise program or a diet or whatever it may be in life, it's that first few weeks that are toughest and we struggle. But once we catch on and say, you know, there's something to this and it's going to be worth it, so I'm going to persevere. Well, the son did just that, and that penny grew in 31 days to $10,737,418. You know, that's impressive. And you can take a calculator tonight, start with a penny and times 2 and keeps timing 2. 31 days later, exponential growth, you would have earned $10,737,000. That's a far cry from that $1 million that his father got. But guys and gals, here's 2 things: perseverance, commitment. Those are the 2 main ones. But the other part of it's vision and trusting yourself and those that are around you that makes exponential growth work. This is exactly what that son did. He trusted his father. And he understood that his father was teaching him a lesson. So he committed to it. And he says, I'm going to wait it out because, Dad, I trust you. But by around day 20, he was sitting there going, Then the vision kicked in. And that, you know, the perseverance, the momentum picked up from there. And he sits there today with $10,737,000. Here's the Karatbars system, the 12-week plan to financial independence. This is so simple, and all we're doing is applying those same principles that I just went over. Number 1, you need to enroll. and you create a free Karatbars account and do it tonight. Don't waste time. You know, tomorrow never gets here. Don't procrastinate. If you procrastinate, you're putting off your future. So get in there. Whoever brought you the webcast tonight, go ahead and get your free account. It's not going to cost you anything. We don't know website, no annual fees. Karatbars is not about nickel and diamond, people. We want you to go ahead and open up your Karatbars free account. Number two, for those that want to commit, that have vision, that have perseverance, and they want to get to the end of this 12 weeks and these numbers that I'm about to go over with you, what you need to do to get into this program, we've got 7 different pay streams. This is one. This one you do need to go into business, okay? The other one you can be an affiliate, that's fine. But this is for the business-minded people, and this is the income stream that we're talking about tonight. Is the dual system. Well, in the dual system, since you're a business owner, you need tools. And you can choose to start at whatever business level you want to start at. If you want to start out with a bronze, it runs about $130 for those tools. And there's a lot of tools in these business packs that help you get to where you want to be. And it helps you build your team, and there's a lot of things going on there. You can come in anywhere, bronze, silver, gold, VIP, or exclusive VIP. I'm not going to go over exclusive VIP tonight. There's no need to. It pays the same thing as the VIP does. It's just got more tools in it, okay? So come in wherever you can, but just get started. That's the key. Now, commissions, the way they, depending on where you come in, is a bronze, you're going to earn 5% direct commission, silver 10% direct commission, gold 15%, and VIP 20%. Where it gets really interesting is there's this little thing called cycle bonuses. And as your team starts to grow, you start receiving cycle bonuses. And trust me, you're going to love the word cycle when this is all said and done. It's my favorite today. But, and it will be yours too, I'm sure, very soon. But number 3, there you go, you got your package. Number 3, you're going to commit to paying yourself first. Because you and your family, out of all the economies in the world, the only one that really matters is the one in your home. So just like that 1971 situation, you know it's the right thing to do. We've been told since we were kids we needed to have a backup plan, right? We've all heard that. Well, this is what you're doing, but now you're going to commit to doing this, and you're going to commit to put that list of bills you got every week, you go at the top. That's what the wealthy does. They don't worry about bills because they know as long as they pay themselves first, there's always more than enough. You just got to get started, you know, and then it all starts coming together. All these principles of wealth building start with yourself first. So number 3, you're going to move 1 gram. You're going to take your paper money and turn it into 1 gram of gold each and every week. Like I said, it runs about $65. But guess what? Here's that principle that moves money. You know, we're constantly moving money, but we want the velocity of that money moving too. So the next thing you do is you go find 2 people that are ready to be financially free. And gang, they're everywhere. There are people out there looking for avenues. They're waiting to tell them about Karatbars. And I know people get busy, but trust me, you want to get it out there and share this program with your friends, because literally it can mean soup lines for people if you don't get to them. And I'm not going to go into the negative aspect of what's going on with our currencies and the Federal Reserve. That's a completely different broadcast. But gang, it is important. And I've said since the beginning, since I looked at this entire program, it's more of an obligation for me than it was ever about the money. Ever. I had to go share this with people. I saw people in 2007 and 8 that were living well, 6- and 7-figure income, right in my backyard. They lost it all during the real estate bubble. They lost it all. And gang, that's pretty humbling. When you see somebody at that level lose everything they own. And that was the day that my passion for Karatbars began, when I realized had they only known about this program just a year before, it could have saved them so much grief for the situation they went through during that time. So I'm very passionate about what we do. And I think when you get in here and you start understanding the value of gold and how it protects you and how it creates generational wealth, and it's absolutely the best collateral asset you can ever hold in your hands. It's gold. You know, I talk about the gold bug, it bit me, guys. I have studied so much in the last 4 years, and there's a gentleman on this line tonight, Les Caffey. I see him out there. He was my first teacher about the gold business, and he has such a simple and soft way of sharing so much knowledge about gold that I just got hungry for it, and I haven't quit. I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission to get out there and share Karatbars with as many people as I can, because I think anybody that's got a checking account or has money in their pocket needs to know about Karatbars. It's vital to them and their future and their children's future. So that's all you got to do, guys. 4 little simple steps there. Enroll free, get you a package, you know, start where you can. Number 3, you're moving paper money into gold money, paying yourself first once a week, and you're going to go find 2 people that want to be financially set free just like you do. If you can do that, I'm going to show you how these numbers work out. Let's go over the bronze package. The bronze package runs about $130. And you've got your choice of a digital package, or you can have the one shipped. The only difference is one of them is going to be shipping on. It costs you a little bit extra to have it shipped from Germany. And the bronze package, actually, instead of getting the brochures, you get an extra 3% discount card that you can share with your friends or relatives, use yourself, and an additional €100 off card. And those are going to be very important as you move forward and you start building your team, and I'll share that with you in just a minute. But let's say you come in and you start at the bronze package, at this bronze level. Week 1, you're going to make $13. And I want you to remember, as we're going through these numbers, that story about exponential growth. Week number 2, 0. Week number 3, 0. Week number 4, you're up to 26 swapping dollars. You know, how many people do we know that's been in our industry before, you know, whether it's direct sales or networking, that I'm going to give it 30 days and see what happens. It sounds good. I'm going to give it 30 days and I'll decide there. Well, number 1, they're not committed if that's their attitude coming in. I'll give it a good old 30 days. You got to believe in what you're doing. If you're ever going to be successful in life, you got to have passion for what you do, and you have to have a belief that goes way down into the core of your stomach. And trust me, it's hard for Karatbars not to do that to people, because it just makes sense. You know, we're paying you commissions, encouraging other people to save money. It's that simple. I mean, it's just a no-brainer, and they're saving real money, not paper money that's devaluing. You know, you're blessing people every time you share Karatbars with them. Be proud of what you do. You know, this is the greatest program in the world, and I've seen them, and honey, there are none of them that can compare to Karatbars. At that week number 4, how many people walk away? They say $26 and they walk away. They don't have vision, they don't have perseverance, they don't have commitment, and they don't have passion. But if you can bring those 4 things to the table, let's keep on going and let's see what happens. Week 5, you're going to make $39. Week 6, $65. Well, week 6, I told you that we were taking that money out of our left pocket and putting it in our right gold pocket for 12 weeks. Well, guess what? At week 6, it's not coming out of your left pocket anymore. It's coming out of your profits, not your pocket. Okay, that's huge. By week 6, it's not coming out of what's over there in that left pocket anymore. This is coming out of the commissions that you earn. Week number 7, $143. I'm going to skip up to week number 10. Week number 10, remember that exponential growth? $1,131 per week. Week 11, exponential growth, $2,223 per week. Just that week. By week 12, exponential growth, $4,485. And gang, these numbers are as minimal as we could show them. This is only based on you being a bronze and everybody in your team being a bronze, and they're only exchanging 1 gram of gold or paper for 1 gram of gold each week. The key is your week 1, you go find 2 people to share this with that's going to commit. Bring their A game. That's what Boomer says. Bring that A game. They can bring their A game. 7 days. Remember that velocity, about the movement of money? You don't want to sit stagnant. If you sit stagnant, you're going to get stagnant results. You need to get this money and get your team and get it flowing. And all you got to do is, trust me, I saw one guy, he's on our leaderboard. I talked to him the other day. He came in a week and put in 100, week 1. Week 1. He's not the only one doing it. You know, I mean, this program just makes sense. You know, that's the easiest part about it. But these numbers are minimum. As I go to the next level, I'm going to show you something that happens here. Silver package. Let's just say you came in at silver. Everybody below you is still coming in at bronze. Silver is going to run you about 300, a little bit over 300 right now with the currency exchange and because this one has gold in it. The silver, gold, and VIP packages actually has various amounts of gold in these packages for you to be able to show. And there is not a better tool than to show somebody that you got gold sitting in your hand. We produce a quality product. But silver package level, week 1, $27. Week 2 and 3, nothing. Got all these people saying, why am I not making anything in week 2 and 3? Well, that's easy because what you're doing is you're finding your 2 in that 7 days, and you're helping their 2 within the next 7 days, and so forth. You're teaching and you're training. You're building a foundation. We all know we need a solid foundation if we ever expect anything to grow or stand. You know, we can build our house on the stand, in the sand, and the waves are going to come and wash it away, right? We know that. There's a story out there about that. Or we can build it on the rock, that no matter what happens, our foundation is solid enough that it's going to withstand anything that comes our way. So, key, guys, is find those 2 people with those 4 personality traits I was talking about, the passion, the vision, the perseverance, the commitment. That is key. That is your solid foundation. When you do that and you take the time, that first 30 days, to build your foundation strong, it's a piece of cake from there. Week number 4, and this is silver package, you're $100 that week. Guess what? It's not coming out of your left pocket on week 4. It's coming out of your profit with some left over. We keep going. I'm going to jump up here to week 9. Y'all can all see these numbers. Week 9, $2,100 that week. Now, if you notice, and I'll show you a chart here in a minute, from the bronze package to the silver package, same amount of people, same amount of work, same everything. The only difference is you went to silver. Everybody else is still bronze. You just earned 4 times the money by choosing to start at the silver package. So when I show you this all here, when it's all put together, you know, I don't want anybody ever coming back and saying, Cheryl, why didn't you tell me that? Because they're not going to tell me that because I'm going to show it to you. Because at the end of the economy that matters the most, the one in your home, you choose where to start. You can always upgrade and just make the difference. But gang, don't leave any more money on the table than you have to. And we'll go through these figures. With a silver package, by week 12, you're earning $17,250 that week. Remember that bronze package, it was only $4,485? That's a huge jump. That's 4 times the money. Same effort, same people, same everything. The only difference was you chose the silver package, and when we talked about those little cycles that we love so much around here, instead of making, $10 a cycle, you're now making $40 a cycle. That's the difference. So you've got 4 times the income there just by stretching a little bit and getting in and getting started with that silver package. Honestly, I hate to see anybody come in less than the silver package unless they have to, because there's just too much money left on the table, and it just takes them a little bit longer to get to that financial freedom. And these $1,100 and $2,100 paychecks or commissions that you're going to get every Friday morning, if you can stretch to get to that silver package at least, okay, and get you started. Gold package, I'm going to run through this. Gold package runs you about $750, it may be about $800 a door right now after it's shipped everything. And this varies a little bit with the price of gold. The gold package has 2 grams in it. So the package varies just a little bit daily because of the value of the gold in that package. But week 1, you make $40. Same thing, you build your foundation. Week 4, you're up to $150. Gang, that's perpetual free gold coming out of profits, not out of your pocket. Let's jump up to week 9. Week 9, you're looking at $3,150 per week. Week 12, you're up to $25,875 that week. Exponential growth, the movement of money, all of these key factors are moving together. It's a perfectly oiled machine at this time. Gang, there are $100,000 in your hands a month. A month. And that's at this gold package level. We tell people about the upgrade. You can come in anywhere, but really, seriously, upgrade as quickly as you can. You do not want to leave this money on the table. That $17,000, but using the silver is now, if they chose the gold, it's up to $25,000, almost $26,000. So there's a lot of money being left on the table if you don't stay conscious about where you're at and making sure that you're upgrading to this next level. Now, we all want to be at the VIP. Love this package. It's, package runs about between $2,000 and $2,100 the last few days. It's right at about $2,100. Here, everybody below you is the bronze. You're the only one that had the vision to know I'm not leaving anything on the table. Everybody else is a bronze. Week 1, going to make $53. It's actually more than that. I'm not even including your direct commissions there. But you earn 20% direct commissions off your first 2. These numbers are minimum that I'm showing you. Okay. Week 1, $53. Week 2, nothing. Week 3, nothing. Week 4, $200. Again, perpetual free gold. First week, no matter what package you foundation. It don't get. We all have to do that. We have to build that foundation. We got to be committed to it. And as we move on up, week 12, you're up to $34,500 per week. Now, a lot of people say, Cheryl, what happens on week 13? Well, week 13 is somebody's week 1. It'll be somebody else's week 3. Somebody else's week 5. Remember exponential growth? It keeps growing. It just doesn't stop. And, and we move forward. But what's crazy about this company is the longer we're in, the more we understand that we take those commissions and turn it right back into gold, because we understand the power of gold and the value of gold, in regard to our future. So that passion comes into play at that point. Well, when you're doing that and you're moving money back through the system right here, even your commissions, gang, it just keeps growing. These figures are based on if you only exchanged to 1 gram of gold each week and put it in your savings account. And, from my view, that is virtually impossible. Number one, nobody's stay at bronze. Not very many people will ever stay at bronze. Everybody I talk to every day, that's just to get started. I know where their heart is, and I know their situation. I want them in here no matter where they start. Somewhere's better. Things better than nowhere. The key is getting started, because this is your financial future, and this can be yours. This kind of income literally changes people's lives. You know, Boomer says, I love this because if you've got your wife or your spouse has an attitude, he talks about his wife, Claire. He said, if she's got an attitude, try putting $100,000 in her hand this week and let her put it in her bank account. She'll definitely have an attitude change, you know, but it's freedom. At that point, it's freedom. But let's say that you only, you know, your group only did 50% of this. Is that still not freedom for you? $12,000 a week, $13,000 a week? Gang, it's happening. It's happening all over the place in Karatbars. I know this room is full of people that are seeing these numbers, and they're seeing crazy numbers. And we're just started week 6. And they're already in their week 12, and they haven't even been doing it for 6 weeks. That's how incredible this program is, because when people look at it, they're like, damn, that just makes sense. You know, I need to do this regardless if there was an opportunity or an affiliate part attached to it. This just makes sense. Because what are you going to do? Go get you a CD and make you 1.2% and let them keep your money for 2 years? You know, gold, if you look back over the last 10 years, it's averaged 17.8% was a chart that I saw yesterday in the last 10 years. Now, some of those years dropped down, but gold's always going up and down. 10 years, it averaged over 17.8% per year. Guys, that's freedom. You know, where your dollar's going down, gold is the only thing that you can really count on to secure your financial future. Here's the differences in these packages I was talking to you about. The bronze, silver, gold, and VIP. Take a look at the bottom lines. These numbers are based on you are the only one that upgraded. Everybody below you is still bronze. Everybody was getting there too. Same work, same people, same everything. But look at the difference. And this is why I say I don't want anybody to ever come back to me and say, Cheryl, why didn't you make this clear to me? Here's your picture. Work, same everything. $400 a week or $34,000 a week. That's the reason when we say these numbers are minimum, we know that people are not going to sit there at bronze. You know, look, they've got too many opportunities. You know, right here, week 8, they can upgrade. So there's not very much difference just to jump on over to silver. And all you're paying is the difference. So when you're doing this and you're constantly upgrading as you move through, you can take it out of your profits and move upwards. But like I said earlier, gang, key is get started. So here's the recap. Free account. 2, acquire a package. Start it where you want to, but I think you saw on that chart, if you can do bronze, get in. If you think you can stretch that little bit extra to silver, start with that silver. 4 times the money. I don't want to see you leave it on the table if you don't have to. When you acquire the package, you literally open the key to the vault. That's the vault of freedom, gang. That is something that people have depended on for 6,000 years. Think about the gold rush. We all know about the gold rush. We studied about it in high school, how everybody, you know, went out to California. But, you know, some of those stories that I remember was about what these people risked to get there. Like, they risked their health, their life, sickness, disease, the elements, animals. You know, what did they know that we're not being taught today financially? They understood then that gold was money. They understood the fact that that was the one secure place that their wealth could be laid in gold. And they risked it all to get out there, you know. And then 1930s came around and the bank said, here's your piece of paper, bring your gold in, we'll store it for you. You know, we'll make sure it's safe. And, you know, at that time, gold, when the Federal Reserve was formed, it was 1-to-1. We move up in the 50s and 60s, then we see it's 35-to-1. 1971, we came off the gold standard here in North America, and our money's not backed by anything other than fuzzy math. And that's the best way I can say it and be nice. Fuzzy math. They say it has to do with the workforce. Well, I think y'all read the papers and listen to the news every day just like I do. We know where the unemployment records in this country stand. It's staggering. They even had to start using different fuzzy math and figuring unemployment different than ever have before, just so it wouldn't sound as bad as it really is. Even the people going to work, they're not getting the jobs that they had. Now they're working 2 and 3 jobs just to make the same kind of money. We have an opportunity to live in debt or live in prosperity. And gang, it's right here in front of you. Number 3, that's the important part. Start moving and start paying yourself first. Your family is the most important economy out there. So if you'll do all those things, you team up with 2 that'll do what you do with the same passion and the same commitment. And if you can teach that and share that with everybody else in your group and the people that you refer, when you're doing that and you're moving that money, gang, you're going to see a side of life that you deserve. I don't know where you are today in your finances, but I don't know anybody out there today that's not looking for more than what they've got, because security is a big issue here today. I mean, is anybody really secure with any currency around the world? Are you really secure in what your government's doing? And I'm not bashing governments. I love my country, but I'm not sure that the most intelligent people are making the rules anymore. I mean, sometimes I have to stop and think about some of those rules. But with Karatbars, gang, we get paid every Friday morning. You don't have to jump and figure out where your money's at and how you get it. I wake up Friday morning. Tomorrow morning's payday Friday. I wake up tomorrow morning, my card's loaded. So I'm going to show you this slide right here. We get paid on a prepaid Karatbars MasterCard. We do have a privately branded MasterCard. And it got voted the best design in Europe actually about 2 or 3 months ago. I pulled this out just to show off a little because it's pretty. It gets somebody's attention. Every time I pull it out, they sit there and go, wow, that's a pretty card. And then it's a conversation starter. You got Karatbars, you just started the conversation right there by buying lunch. Everybody within 3 feet of you needs to know about Karatbars. And, share it with them. They'll thank for it. But our MasterCard can be used anywhere in the MasterCard's accepted. It's an easy way for you to change, your commissions right back into gold if that's what you choose to do, what you should be doing. And then like every Friday morning, you wake up and it's loaded. This is the one card I've got in my wallet that doesn't come with a bill. I don't have to worry about it. I just wake up and it's done. I never have to send them money, send me money. I like this side. It's a whole lot better to receive money than give money, unless you're giving it to somebody in need. I'll say it that way because sometimes that can't be replaced. You can't put a price on that. But tonight, I hope like what you heard. I know I'm a little long-winded, but I am passionate about what I do. I love what I do. And if you saw what I see tonight, get in, get started, and get committed for 12 weeks, because in 12 weeks you can be free, not just 12 weeks older.